Bei uns geht's jetzt weiter mit Watchdogs 2, genau gesagt. Wir wollen uns ein bisschen auf den neuen Multiplayer-Modus spezialisieren, der gerade erst angekündigt wurde. Und deswegen ist bei mir der Dominic Guay. Dominic, nice to meet you.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Actually, we met at E3,
Yep.
but nice to meet you again. And thanks for being here. So, you guys have just announced a new multiplayer mode for Watchdogs 2. Maybe just at first just explain to our audience, because I'm sure that many won't have seen it by now. What is this new mode exactly? What can you do there?
So it's called a bounty hunter mode, and it's seamlessly linked with a single player. So how that worked is when you're doing criminal actions in the city, the cops will react to you, right? When you play the game normally. So initially they try to arrest you, then they start shooting at you, they use helicopters, you know the drill.
Yeah.
But at some point, if you really push it hard, there's going to be a bounty on your head. And then other players are able to jump seamlessly in your game world, and try and take you down for rewards. So from the perspective of the hunters, they can actually see you going through their city, and they can just join in the chase and help the police and try to take you down.
Ah, okay. Also es gibt einen neuen Bounty Hunter Mode in Watch Dogs 2. Das ist so ein Multiplayer-Modus, wenn du halt in der Stadt viel Chaos anrichtest, dann kann es passieren, dass die Polizei ein Kopfgeld auf dich aussetzt. Und dann können andere Spieler, bis zu 3 andere Spieler, in dein Spiel eingreifen und versuchen, sozusagen dieses Bounty, dieses Kopfgeld zu claimen und dich halt zu erledigen. So, it seems kind of similar to the invasions that we already had in Watch Dogs 1. What would you say is the biggest difference, or how does it differ from the Watch Dogs 1 invasions? But not only from the amount of players, but what are the other differences?
So the invasion, we're bringing it back, and it's a more slow-paced gameplay, right? Because the hacker who comes in your game, tries to hack you, he hides, and you try to find him using hacking in your various tools. In Bounty Hunt, it's a lot more action and chaos. So people start doing car chases, they start shooting at each other. Sometimes the hunted will try to defend his position, and you can also have a co-op buddy with you protecting you. So then you end up with 2 versus 2. It's almost becoming a dynamic death match in the city, and then it becomes a car chase back to a death match. So it's super chaotic, it's super fun, and it's a really different feeling than the hacking invasion.
Ich habe ihn gerade gefragt, inwieweit sich das dann von dem Invasions-Modus aus Watch Dogs 1 unterscheidet. Und er sagt eben, da geht es viel mehr um Action. Das ist nicht so ein langsames, wir suchen uns, wir pirschen uns ran, sondern da soll wirklich komplettes Chaos entstehen. Und wenn man mit einem Koop-Spieler schon zusammen ist, dann kann man auch 2 gegen 2 spielen und sich zu zweit dann auch verteidigen. So, if I'm alone and I play against 3 others, obviously I'm gonna have a little deficit. How is it balanced, or are there special abilities, special skills that the hunted player has, but the hunters don't?
So the way it works is, if you're going to end up in this mode, it's 2 different reasons. First is because you kill a lot of civilians, you'll kill cops, you really went after it. So yes, you're at a deficit. So we expect people who end up in this situation, they're sometimes going to do it on purpose. And you can actually go through your phone and change your profile to force a bounty on yourself, to get people in your game. So what you have as a benefit then is you can prepare. So what some of our players are doing is they're preparing the battlefield. They're setting up traps, they're waiting for the hunters, like kind of a king of the hill kind of gameplay. And when they start a bounty on them and the hunters come in, they're prepared, they're waiting for them. So at some point you're gonna die. So it's how many people can you take down, or how long can you last before you get caught. And it's really, really dynamic.
So in terms of abilities, everybody has the same starting point?
Well, it is the skill you've unlocked in the game. So if you progress really far in the game, you got a lot of the hacking abilities, maybe you got super powerful guns. So it depends on your normal progression through Watch Dogs 2.
Okay. Also, wenn man in diesen Modus gerät und der Gejagte ist, dann hat man sich das ja selber zuzuschreiben. Und deswegen wollen die Entwickler auch, dass man sich da so ein bisschen, dass man ein bisschen im Nachteil ist und dass man halt voraus planen muss, vielleicht Minen legen oder sowas, um sich dann eben verteidigen zu können. Ansonsten haben alle Spieler tatsächlich dieselben Abilities. So, is there something, like if I'm a player who hunts other players, is there like something like a progression system? Do I unlock special skills what are the rewards that I can expect from being a hunter?
Yeah, so we're bringing back a notion of leaderboard. So we'll have a leaderboard dedicated for every online activity. So there's going to be a bounty hunter leaderboard, and you make points on it both when you're a hunter and when you're hunted, depending on how much you resisted, how many hunters you took out. So but depending on your performance, you always make points on the leaderboard. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to have a season system that's going to last a couple of weeks. Seasons are going to last a couple of weeks. And if you participate in the online activity, you're going to get a unique customization item for your character during the season. And if you perform really well at the elite level, you're going to get an even more exclusive customization item every season.
Oh, okay. Also sie werden tatsächlich ein Season-System einführen, auch mit Ranglisten, wo man dann wirklich sehen kann, wer waren die besten Spieler in der jeweiligen Saison innerhalb dieses Modus. Und ja, so soll das dann auch ein bisschen kompetitiv werden. Und die besten Spieler, die bekommen dann auch spezielle Items, mit denen sie ihren Charakter noch weiter ihren Bedürfnissen anpassen können, vielleicht irgendwelche Kleidungsstücke, sowas halt. So, one of the things that I really liked in Watchdogs 1, and it was kind of a gimmick, but it was really fun, was this multiplayer mode where you could drop in with your phone. You know? There was this companion app where you could...
Yeah.
Are you planning something like that also? What can we expect? Like, are there other multiplayer modes maybe that you haven't talked about yet?
So we're not bringing back the companion because we wanted to focus all of our efforts in the actual core PC and console game. That's where we wanted to put our effort. So we're not bringing back the companion. So now we're talking about our entire scope for online. So we're going to have the hacking invasion, we're going to have the bounty hunter. Most importantly, we're going to have the co-op. So basically a lot of replayable mission in the world, a lot of activities you can do with a friend in co-op. And this is the scope we wanted to focus on for Watch Dogs 2.
Okay, so the co-op mode obviously sounds really cool. How does it work exactly? How many parts of the game are playable in co-op? Can I play the main missions? How much?
Yeah, good question. So you can explore the world. You can do a lot of the things you could do normally in the world while playing single player. In terms of mission, you can't do some of the main missions, some of the narrative missions, which are very much like narrative with cinematics and all that. Those can only play when you're alone. So when you're a friend, there are operations or quests that are made for co-op that you can play together. So basically we made a difficulty level tailored for co-op, and we also made all of those missions highly replayable. And every time you play them, the objectives change, the enemy can change, so we can ramp up the difficulty level also. So if you played it once, next time you play it, it's going to be a lot more challenging, so that you could really play co-op for a long time.
Oh, that's cool. Also ich habe mal gefragt, ob es noch andere Multiplayer-Pläne gibt. Unter anderem mochte ich auch diesen Companion-App Minispiel mochte ich ganz gerne. Er sagt hier, sie haben noch den Invasions-Modus, haben sie auch wieder drin. Und natürlich den Koop-Modus, das ist ein großer Teil. Den kann man allerdings nur in so kleinen Nebenmissionen spielen, die speziell für den Koop gemacht sind. Leider nicht in den Hauptmissionen, aber auch diese Nebenmissionen sollen sehr viel Spaß machen, auch sehr hohen Wiederspielwert bieten. So, one thing that I really liked from seeing the game so far is that the whole experience is really seamless. You can drop in at any time, or it seems like you can drop in at any time. It's always conclusive without a loading screen in your game. How does the progress system work? Like if I'm playing co-op in a friend's session, will I keep my achievements? If I do a mission, will it be completed in my game too?
Yeah, for us it was important that whatever you did, be it co-op, PvP, or a single player mission, or just exploring the world, doing maybe side activities in the world, it always got you closer to the end of the game. So you always get more followers, which is the main currency in the game. Followers get you closer to the end of the game because your goal is to build a movement to topple a corrupted establishment. So all of those activities give you followers, which give you bigger hacks, give you money, give you more powerful weapons and gadgets. So always same progression. You never lose your time. You always move forward.
So if I haven't discovered an area yet, but I join a friend's game who has discovered this area, and I complete this mission, will it be completed in my game once I...
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Everything you do has value. If you find a collectible, or you find important information in the world, it'll be kept when you continue solo. So from the perspective of the player, you never feel like you leave your game. You're always in your world. That's important.
That's cool. Also was mir ganz wichtig ist beim Koop-Modus ist eben, dass die Progression, dass das auch für mich als Drop-In-Spieler zählt. Und er sagt hier, alles was ich tue, auch wenn ich ein Spiel von einem Freund joine, hat dann auch für mich selber einen Wert. Ich bekomme dann Follower, das ist so die wichtigste Währung. die man auch, um das Endziel zu erreichen, dann hochleveln muss sozusagen und alles bringt auch mir als Spieler was. Ja, ganz am Ende würde ich sagen, wollen wir nochmal hören, ob ihr noch bestimmte Fragen hattet zu Watchdogs. Und an dieser Stelle würde ich mal rüber zum Daniel schalten. Daniel, kamen da Fragen rein?
Ja, einem User namens Quicksilver91 ist so eine Art New Game Plus Modus recht wichtig. Da hat er eine Frage dazu. Wenn man das Game durch hat, gibt es die Möglichkeit, die Mission bzw. die Missionen, hat er später nochmal geschrieben, zu wiederholen mit den ganzen freigeschalteten Hacking-Sachen. Im ersten Teil ging das ja wohl nicht. Also habe ich am Ende des Spiels die Missionen frei anwählbar und kann dann alle Skills, die ich mir während des Spiels aufgebaut habe, dann nochmal einsetzen in den einzelnen Missionen. Dann muss ich von vorn anfangen.
So one of our viewers is really far ahead. He's asking, once he has finished Watch Dogs 2, is there something like a New Game Plus planned where he could replay missions but still have all his abilities and all his items that he's already unlocked?
So that's a good question, guys. A lot of people, when they finish Watch Dogs, they say we want to continue playing it. So we haven't figured a New Game Plus exactly. What we will have is difficulty level for the main game. So that obviously will reset your progression. Post-launch, we might be looking at New Game Plus. It's something we're discussing right now to unlock that after we ship the game, as we continue working and supporting the game. But one thing we wanted to do also is have a lot of things to do in the world once you finish the main quest. So there's going to be many quests you probably will not have done, many operations that you won't have done because you don't need to do them all to get to the end of the game. So you'll still have operations you can do. You'll still have a lot of activities probably in the world, and most importantly you'll have all the replayable co-op missions that you can also play in solo if you're up to the challenge. It's going to be tricky, but if you're a really good player, then you can get a challenge by tackling those missions in solo with all of your upgrades, all of your equipment, and every time those missions are going to evolve. One thing we have in mind post-launch also is that we plan to have further difficulty levels for those missions. So like insane level of difficulties where we might bring in new surprises, new challenges for you to make them really, really tough and challenging for players who want to continue in the game.
Okay, also ein New Game Plus Modus spezifisch haben sie nicht geplant, also nicht in dem Sinne, aber man wird halt jederzeit alte Missionen nochmal wieder neu spielen können und auch man wird auch nachdem man im Hauptspiel durch ist, lange nicht alles geschafft haben. Das heißt, man kann dann weiterspielen, man kann dann auch mit seinen neuen Skills, die man dann freigeschaltet hat, die Mission machen und letztendlich wird es sogar höhere Schwierigkeitsgrade geben, auf denen man die Missionen nochmal wiederholen kann mit seinem upgegradeten Equipment, was auch nochmal sehr spannend wird. This also sounds like a very good opportunity, obviously, because Watch Dogs is all about this everything is connected thing that there might be a good chance for like live content or like challenges or something. Is that also something that you have in mind? Especially with other players, maybe co-op challenges that change over the weeks?
Exactly, so we have ideas and we want to support the game after we launch to give specific flavors and spice and challenges for people who want to play online, people who want to play co-op. So we're going to do a lot of different co-op challenges or mission challenges or world challenges and support the community, make sure the game continues to have a long life after we ship it.
Das ist cool, also es ist natürlich bei Watch Dogs ja auch diese alles ist verbunden, Thematik so unterstützt. Da haben sie auch geplant, dass es sozusagen so ein bisschen Live-Content geben wird, also so bestimmte Herausforderungen oder bestimmte Missionen, die dann in bestimmten Wochen nur spielbar sind. Also sie planen auf jeden Fall das Spiel da auch über den Launch hinweg weiter zu unterstützen. So Dominic, thank you very much. It was very interesting for this quick overview of the multiplayer modes of Watch Dogs 2. Watch Dogs 2, obviously, looking really forward to it. Looking forward to the game.
Thanks for
and
having
thank you
me.
very much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. So, das war's mit Watch Dogs 2. Ja, ich weiß doch. Das war's mit Watch Dogs 2. Hier geht's gleich weiter. Der Dominic, we have this game. This Jenga game, you know Jenga? Look
I know Jenga.
You have to.
I need to remove one.
You have to remove one and sign it, and afterwards our viewers can win the whole thing at the end of our show. So please take your pick, remove one.
What happens if I topple it?
Then you'll have to give us a Watch Dogs 2 copy.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I'll be careful.
What?
All right.
Also. Alright, and you put it up there.
On top.
Alright.
There you go. Whoa.
Thank you very much.
That's it.
Okay, das war's mit Watchdogs 2. Hier geht's gleich weiter. Ich bin immer so schlecht. Wie geht's weiter?
Es geht weiter mit Sekunde.
Forza Horizon 3 mit Sebastian.
Forza Horizon 3.
Genau, da geht's ganz kurze Pause und dann geht's weiter mit Forza Horizon 3. Bis dann.